Hello, long time no see. It's been a while since I was able to get down to a video recording. The main thing has been my younger son's been doing his university entrance exams, and that just threw all our routines out. There was lots of stress, lots of worry, but he's finished his exams, he's got his results, he's passed, he's got into the university he wanted to get into, which is in Tokyo. So in the next couple of weeks we'll be taking him to Tokyo and settling him into a new apartment, well, one-room apartment, and a new life, and then we'll be empty nesters. So apart from all of that going on, since his exams finished, he's been around and he causes an awful lot of noise. He plays the piano and sings all day, and it was just really hard to get any time to do any videoing, but he's gone off to another town to play with some friends today, so I've got some peace and quiet to finally make a video. So I'm back, yay! And spring is on its way. There's still snow on the ground. I don't know if I can show you. Just a minute. If I do this, it mucks up all my camera. Can you see? There's still snow on the ground, quite a lot, but there's tarmac showing as well. So spring is on its way, and all the roads are covered in ice and puddles and slush, so it's very slippy to walk around at the moment. But it's about 1 degree today, so, and very sunny, so spring's on its way. And so I haven't introduced myself as usual. So my name is Vicky. I'm Ice Flower Crochet on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm Ice Flower Vicky on Ravelry. So what have I been doing? Well, Big Blue 2 was completed a couple of weeks ago, more than a couple of weeks ago now, last month, and I sent it to its new owner. So I took a video before I sent it off, and I'll add it in now. Big Blue 2 is finished. This is the biggest granny square I've made ever, I think. It's 135 centimetres along each side, all the way over there, and it's 900 grams in weight, and it's modelled on the first Big Blue I did, which was all shades of blue and white, but this time the lady who commissioned it said that she would like some grey added, and she would also like it to tone darker rather than lighter. So I went for darker blues, although I did add some lighter and some silver here and there as well, otherwise it would have been too dark. And then I did a deep border using the mid-grey, petrol and denim in the yarn, and the Stylecraft Special. It's all Stylecraft Special. And then I thought it needed one final row of white to like join it all together, and then a last single row of navy. No frills, no fuss. I tend to find my edging is very plain. I don't know, I love all the deep lacy edging that I see other people do, but when it comes to the crunch I never want to do it myself, and I think it wouldn't have suited this blanket. You know, simple is good. So that's it. Let me see if I can hold it up and show you. So it's big, longer than my span, longer than my arm span, and there you are, filling the screen. And if I sit on the sofa, it's covering my toes and it comes up to my chest, and there's all this either side, so 2 people could snuggle under this quite easily, and I'm very pleased with it. So now I'm going to pack it up and get it sent out, and yeah, done, yay! So there we are, that was Big Blue 2 finished. And I always have a project in my bag for hospital appointments and stuff, and I finished this brown chevron scarf. I need to have something else in my bag on the go. So this is marble, James C. Brett marble, and it's really nice. I don't know if you can see, it's basically brown, but it's intertwined with colour changes. So there's some blue and red and green, but it's sort of subtle. I really like it. So I did a chevron as usual. I always do chevrons because it's mindless crochet and it makes such a nice result. So that one's finished, and I will be putting it up for sale soon. And so what else have I done? Oh, and then my bag. This is my bag. I only have one bag. So I bought this in the summer when I was in England. I like an easy canvas bag that I can wash if I need to, and I can not bother whether it gets scratched or abused. So a while ago I bought this lovely crochet pin from Rick Rack, which is on Etsy, and I bought some for some friends as well. So that lives on my bag. And then all the pulls on the zips, these two and this one and this one and one on the back, were cheapy pleather. I don't know what it was, but it ripped. They all ripped one by one. So I've been thinking for a while I needed to add a pull to each zip. So I did that a couple of days ago. So that's one. Makes the bag go a funny colour, doesn't it? Brighter than that. This is the real colour of the bag. And on the front, I did another one, another flower with a birdie on. And then these have already gone all curly-whirly. So I think I might need to sew some felt on the back of the leaves. But I did leaves with owls. I don't know if you can see. Can you see? Upside down owls. They're not upside down on the bag. And yeah, and then another one. There was one zip pull on this side. So I did that one. So they're just crochet cotton. So that was my frivol. That was last weekend I did that. And that's all I've completed in however long it is since I talked to you last, a month. So I've had very little crochet time. Or I have had crochet time, but I sit down at night and I just fall asleep. So I haven't done anything. So works in progress. Oh, my temperature blanket I forgot to bring over. My temperature blanket is about 3 squares further on than when you saw it last. It's pathetic. It's over a month behind now. Shockwaves is coming along nicely. It's this wide now, and I reckon it needs about that much more maybe. So if I just got on with it, it might be finished. Now Shockwaves is giving me shocks, endless shocks. Over the course of the months that I've done this blanket, my tension has changed. And also the starting chain was tighter than I would have wished. It didn't feel tight, but that and my loosening tension, I think it's because as I pull the blanket around and I'm just working on one side, the blanket has gone a bit lopsided and it's not entirely even at the ends, which is bothering me mightily. Can you see? But the friend who I'm making it for is not bothered. She just wants it, strangely enough, because this has been on the go since September. And also, if I fringe the heck out of it, I shall leave those on and I shall add more. So if I fringe the heck out of it, it should not be particularly visible. And this is also a blanket that's going to go on the back of a sofa and be pulled on and off for people to snuggle in. So it's going to lose its shape anyway with use. So I'm ploughing on with it, but for me, I'm quite a perfectionist and it's annoying me. But I really want this finished now. Spring is upon us and it should be done. So there's that. And my temperature blanket, just a minute, I'll go and get that. So, yeah, pathetic progress, but that's because I've got stuff I have to be doing and not this. So woohoo, I've started, I got to February the 19th, I think. So I need to keep going desperately. Round about this point, mid-February, we had some very, very cold days, and the lowest temperature was minus 24, I think was the 23.8 or something was the lowest it got to. So there's a few days here that'll have some quite dark colours. I'm quite looking forward to getting those in. And now in March, so that's going to be up on the third row. I'm so behind. In March, this last week we've had really warm weather, so we've had highs of 5, 6, 7 and lows of minus 5 or 6 or 7. So we're slowly getting into the brighter colours, and I really want to be able to show it. So that's something I'd like to work on once Shockwaves is done. I might take this to Tokyo with me. I do need a crochet project to take with me, so I think I'll take that because at the moment it's very portable. I mean, there are the colours to take, but they're not that heavy. But I've just realised I don't have enough cream for the edging, so I need to do a quick order. I'm rambling. Upcoming things I've got to make. I've got 2 hats that I've been asked to do. My son has asked me for a hat based on some kind of anime thing that he watches, that he's drawn a detailed sketch for me, but he's going to have to wait because I don't have the right colours. There's an aside. How is it that you can have boxes and boxes of yarn, all the different shades of blue you could possibly imagine, except the one that he wants? It's always the way, isn't it? I always think, oh, I've got so much yarn, I'm not going to need to do an order for ages. But yeah, creams run out, blues run out, madness. I've got that wash mitt to do. I've got to do that before April, so I've got to hurry up and get on with it. Yeah, so I've got a few things on the go, and I'd like to have a bit of a break from commissions, particularly big ones. At the moment, I don't have any more blanket commissions after this, and as summer is coming up, perhaps I won't get any. And to be honest, for a month or two, that'll be fine by me. I'd like to be able to draw breath, make a plan, and, you know, do some little things and do some things for me. Incoming goodies. So my younger son and I have been cleaning out his room. We've had a mass chuck of textbooks and study notes and all kinds of things, and he dug this out. This was his one of his high school home economics projects, and he said, oh, I don't want it, so I rescued it out of his chuck heap. It's not bad, actually. His machine stitching is straighter than I ever make. So I've snitched it, and I'm going to use it as a bag. And I got as far as putting the hat yarn, Aran, in the bag. Wow. No more and a hook. No more progress than that, I'm afraid. But hey, I'm showing willing. So, oh, and then for the hats, I use these really great hat templates by Babay Fay. I think that's focused on the rose through the hole, hasn't it? Oh well, never mind. So I've got 15 hat templates. You can see this is number 14. And what you do is you can use any weight of yarn, any hook, any pattern. And if you want to make a beanie that fits well, this 14 is my size head. You make a circle that fits exactly to this diameter. So and then you put your starting ring thread through here and pull it down, flatten it all out. So once your crown comes to exactly this distance, then you stop increasing and you work to the length of this hat, which is the ideal length of a hat for this size without a turn-up. And then if you want a turn-up, you do as much more as you want. And they really work, they're really good. So I ordered these, and there's a lot more sizes than I regularly use. My husband is the biggest size, he's a 15. I think my son would be a 15 as well. I'm a 14. And then really a couple of kid sizes and one baby size or two baby sizes would be enough. But there are 15 ranging from super preemie to super enormous. So that's really good and I use them a lot. And so that was an incoming goodie. Another incoming goodie, which is one of those Murphy's Law incoming goodies, is another 3.5mm Clover Amour hook. These are my favourite hooks. I don't use anything else. I've tried all different brands and I think these are fantastic. I have about 3 or 4 4mm hooks. My 3.5mm hook, I only had one and it went missing 4 weeks. I couldn't find it. I turned out my crochet boxes. I couldn't find it anywhere. And in the end, I gave up and I ordered one. And the day after Amazon said, your order will be arriving tomorrow, I picked up a bunch of papers and out fell my old hook. 'Cause isn't that always the way? So now I've got 2 3.5mm hooks and I'm not going to lose that one. Famous last words. And what else have I got? Oh, these. So my friend Tomomi, she was given these or bought these. I'm not quite sure how they came into her possession. They're stone. Got to cover my face, haven't I? Stones. I think that one looks like soapstone. And there's a heart which looks like, I don't know, agate or something like that, isn't it? I don't know. And there's another jadey one. Anyway, so she gave them to me because she said she can't imagine a use for them. So I'm trying to imagine a use for them. Got some ideas. So she gave me that one. And I was also, for Christmas, I was given this Dragonfly Pin. I don't think you can see it very well on here. And I've been wearing it a lot. This is another one. This was a gift from a friend, but it's from Off on a Whim, who's also a mutual friend, and she does lots of lovely stone jewellery. And I like it a lot. So I've been wearing that a lot recently. And my second son and I, we went shopping a few weeks ago at the big bookshop in Sapporo, and he found this book, and it was quite expensive. It was 1,800 yen, so $18, and I was not inclined to spend that much. It's a colour inspiration book, but he really wanted it. He does a lot of drawing, and so it's all different colour and pattern ideas and combinations, and I have been looking through it. I can't say anything's totally grabbed me yet, but I do like the way it's organised. Those are sort of my colours, aren't they? I like brights. But yeah, I want to try and get away from my colours. I just do the same things again and again and again. Much as I love them, other people like different things. So, yeah. So it's just a browsing book. So he asked if we could buy it, and he said we'd share it. And he's actually looked at it a lot. So that just hangs around on the desk at the moment, and we share it. So yes, that's all the incoming goodies at the moment. I've been nowhere. I've done nothing. Not in the way of shopping or going anywhere to get things. But with this trip to Tokyo coming up, you never know. Sorry, putting those stones on the desk. And then the next thing is podcasts I watch. So there's another new podcaster who started at about the same time as I did, and her name is the Crafty Poppet. And having written that down, I've forgotten what her name is. Sorry, Crafty Poppet. She's Australian, so I really like the fact that I'm talking about how cold it is and she's talking about how hot it is, and yet you know, we're recording within days or weeks of each other. So I just think it's great that she's on the other side of the world. She does all kinds of things. I noticed that one thing that she's very good at doing is she goes to secondhand shops, recycle shops, what do you call them, op shops, charity shops, and she gets yarn from there. And I think that's a really good idea, not to be buying new stuff, but to be using what's already in existence. And she makes all kinds of nice things. She's much more of a garment maker than I am. She's has been working on a few things. I have to confess, I haven't seen her last podcast. I've been too busy to sit down and watch it. So soon I might be able to sit down and watch that. Something else I've been doing since January, and now as it's the beginning of March, I think perhaps I could say it's stuck enough to be able to talk about it. The last couple of years I've done less and less exercise. I've been out less and less. I've been doing a lot of crochet. My work is sedentary. And I've got fatter and fatter and more unfit. And in the last year, I've been slowly taking myself in hand. And so in January, I added exercise. I decided not to just upend my life and change everything, because I know I can't sustain it. So slowly I've been changing pieces at a time. So a friend of mine, several friends of mine have started doing Walk 1000 Miles, which is... there's a Facebook group. It's an English walking magazine that started it. It's been running several years now, and two friends of mine mentioned it at the end of December. So when one friend mentioned it, I thought, oh, mildly interesting, but I couldn't possibly do that. And then another friend mentioned it, and so I decided to have a look. So the aim is to walk 1000 miles during 2019. Some people are doing it only hiking. They only count what they do in the great outdoors, boots on as they call it. Other people are counting every single step. That's me. If I can do it for the year, then maybe next year I'll make it a bit stricter. So I'm just counting what my phone thinks I've done, and generally I've got my phone in my pocket, but I have been making an effort to get out, hence recently quite a lot of photographs in my intro of nice snowy scenes. So today is the 5th of March, and I've done 175 miles up to today so far. So I'm kind of on target, I think, give or take. But I've got to maintain this for the next 9 months. So if I do, that would be nice. I haven't lost a spot of weight, nothing, not a gram. But the other day I had to hurry up a long flight of steps at the station, and I got right to the top before thinking anything of it. So I am definitely stronger than I was, and I feel that days that I don't walk now, I miss it. I feel antsy, and I think that it has helped, especially in this last couple of months of stress. So I'm going to keep on with it. The weather is getting better and better. It's actually really probably the worst part to walk at the moment, because it's icy and wet and sloshy, and you break through the ice and fall into a puddle, you know, your foot goes in or slips off. So it's a sloshy thing at the moment. But in the next week or so, mostly the roads will be dry. So I shall keep on, and now having mentioned it on a podcast in public, I've got to keep on with it. So I'll tell you my totals, and I'm rambling again, so I'm going to stop, and I'm going to look back at this and see how awful it is, and depending on how terrible it is, I'll put it up or not. So bye, and hopefully see you before I go to Tokyo, hopefully, haha. Otherwise I'll see you on the other side. Bye.